God has made promises to each of us, and though we may face difficulties, His blessings are always within reach. It's easy to get caught up in life's struggles, focusing on what we lack or the challenges that seem insurmountable. But we must remember that even in the darkest moments, God's plan is still at work. The blessings He has for us are not always immediate, but they are never out of reach. Often we are simply walking through a season of preparation where God is shaping us, strengthening our faith, and aligning our hearts with His will. We may not see the blessings in front of us just yet, but God's promises are true, and they will manifest in His perfect timing. When we recognize God's promises, we also begin to see that every hardship, every challenge, and every delay is not a sign of defeat, but rather part of the journey that will lead us to greater things. Just because we can't see the blessings right now doesn't mean they're not on the way. God's word assures us that He will never leave us nor forsake us. The horizon, though far off, is filled with the blessings He has already prepared for us. We simply have to trust in His direction and wait patiently, knowing that our time is coming. It's so easy to get discouraged when the things we desire seem so distant. But we are called to live by faith, not by sight. Our vision can sometimes be clouded by what we experience in the present moment, but faith sees beyond the present into the future. And in that future, God's blessings await us. It's not just about the destination, but the journey that strengthens us and prepares us for what's to come. As we navigate through life's ups and downs, let's keep our eyes on the horizon, trusting that the blessings God has promised are approaching. His word is a firm foundation, and His timing is always perfect. The blessings He has set aside for us are not forgotten. They are already on the way, and we need only continue walking in faith. God's blessings are on the horizon, and He says, "Do not lose heart, your breakthrough is near." God's timing is something we often struggle to understand, especially when we're waiting for a breakthrough or a blessing to arrive. In our human nature, we want things to happen now. We want answers to our prayers immediately, and when things don't unfold on our timeline, it can be easy to feel frustrated, anxious, or even defeated. But the truth is, God's timing is always perfect. We may not understand why things happen the way they do, but we can trust that He is working in our lives and preparing us for what's ahead. Sometimes we are not ready for the blessing that God has for us. And that's where His timing becomes so crucial. Just like a seed needs time to grow and mature before it can bear fruit, we too need time to grow spiritually and emotionally. God uses the waiting period to refine us, to strengthen our faith, and to help us become the people we need to be in order to handle the blessing He has prepared for us. If we received our blessings too soon, we might not fully appreciate them, or we might not be equipped to manage them in the way God intends. Trusting God's timing means letting go of our own expectations and surrendering to His perfect plan. It's about acknowledging that He knows what's best for us and that He is never late. We often hear the phrase, "God is never early, but He is always on time." And it's a reminder that He sees the bigger picture while we can only see what's directly in front of us. His timing may not align with our immediate desires, but it always aligns with what's best for us in the long run. There are times when it feels like we've been waiting forever, but it's in those moments that God is doing something deeper in us. He's preparing us, molding us, and teaching us patience. It's in the waiting that our faith grows stronger and we learn to rely more fully on Him. God's timing is never random. It is always intentional, purposeful, and perfect. So even if the horizon seems distant and the blessings feel far off, know that God's timing is at work in your life. Wait with patience, knowing that His perfect plan is unfolding, and your blessing is just around the corner. Faith is the cornerstone of receiving God's blessings. Without faith, it's nearly impossible to see beyond our current struggles or envision the future God has promised us. It's easy to feel discouraged when the blessings we hope for seem so distant, but faith allows us to see what isn't yet visible. When we trust in God's word, we are stepping into a belief that His promises will come to pass, even when the evidence around us doesn't match our expectations. Faith is not about having all the answers or understanding every step of the journey. It's about trust. Trust that God is in control, that He knows what's best for us, and that His plan will unfold perfectly. Faith moves us beyond our circumstances, giving us the ability to look toward the horizon, knowing that God is working even when we can't see the progress. It's through faith that we find the strength to keep going, even when the path ahead seems uncertain. When we walk by faith, we align ourselves with God's purpose for our lives. This alignment opens the door for blessings that go beyond anything we can imagine. Faith is not just a belief in what God can do. It's also a belief in who God is. He is faithful, He is loving, and He is always with us. Our faith is a reflection of that trust. As we hold on to His promises, we become more attuned to His presence and more aware of the blessings He is preparing for us. But faith is not always easy. There are times when doubt creeps in and we start to question whether God will truly come through. In those moments, we must remind ourselves that faith isn't about seeing immediate results. It's about believing in God's character and trusting that He will make good on His promises. Sometimes God uses these moments of doubt to strengthen our faith, teaching us to rely more fully on Him and less on our own understanding. As we continue to walk by faith, we can be sure that God will bring the blessings He has promised. Faith keeps us moving forward even when we can't see the horizon clearly. So hold on to your faith, knowing that your breakthrough is not only coming, it is already on its way. Doubt is something we all face at different points in our life. It's the voice that whispers, maybe this isn't for you, or what if it doesn't happen? In times of uncertainty, doubt can seem overwhelming, and it often feels like it's blocking the blessings we've been waiting for. But the truth is, doubt is simply a tool that the enemy uses to distract us from God's promises. It tries to cloud our vision and shake our faith, making it harder for us to see the blessings on the horizon. Yet, doubt does not have the final say, faith does. In moments of doubt, it's important to remember that even the strongest of believers have faced moments of uncertainty. Doubt is not a sign of weakness, but a challenge to strengthen our trust in God. It's in these moments that God refines us, helping us grow stronger in our belief. Just like a muscle gets stronger through resistance, our faith becomes more resilient when we push through moments of doubt. God knows that we will experience doubt, and He doesn't condemn us for it. Instead, He invites us to bring our doubts to Him, to trust in His promises despite how things may look in the present. When doubt creeps in, it's essential to remind ourselves of God's faithfulness. Reflecting on the times in the past when God came through for us can help dispel doubt and restore our confidence in His ability to provide. We can look back at the moments when God answered prayers, when He provided for us in unexpected ways, and when He led us through challenges we thought we couldn't overcome. These past experiences build a foundation of trust, and they are reminders that God has never failed us before, and He won't start now. One of the most powerful things we can do in the face of doubt is to speak God's word aloud. His promises are the antidote to doubt. When we declare His truth over our lives, we align ourselves with His will and remind ourselves that His word is unshakable. Doubt tries to convince us that we are alone or forgotten, but God's word assures us that He is always with us, that His plans are good, and that His blessings are sure. So while doubt may visit us, it does not have to stay. Let it remind us to dig deeper into our faith and to trust in God's promises. We are not defined by our doubts, but by our ability to push through them, knowing that the blessings on the horizon are still ours to claim. Gratitude is a powerful force, and it plays a crucial role in positioning us to receive the blessings God has promised. It's easy to be thankful when everything is going well, when the sun is shining, and the blessings are visible. But what about the moments when things aren't going according to plan? What about the seasons of waiting or struggle when it feels like the blessings are nowhere in sight? It's in these moments that gratitude becomes even more important. It's not just about giving thanks when things are good. It's about maintaining an attitude of gratitude no matter what our circumstances look like. When we cultivate gratitude, we open our hearts to God's presence. Gratitude shifts our focus away from what we don't have and helps us recognize the abundance of what we do have. Even in the most difficult seasons, there is always something to be thankful for. Whether it's the strength to face another day, the love of family and friends, or the promise that God is with us through it all, gratitude helps us keep our eyes on the blessings that are already here, even if they're not the ones we were expecting. Gratitude also helps us stay in a place of expectancy. When we are thankful for what God has already done, we position ourselves to receive even more. It's like saying, God, I trust that you are working, even when I can't see it. I trust that you have a plan for me, and I am grateful for your faithfulness. Gratitude is a declaration that we believe in God's goodness and His timing. It shifts our perspective from a mindset of lack to one of abundance, preparing our hearts to receive the blessings He has in store for us. In the process of waiting for God's blessings, gratitude is like a bridge that connects us to the future promises He has made. It doesn't mean we ignore the challenges or pretend everything is perfect. It means we acknowledge that even in the waiting, God is still good. We are still blessed. And that gratitude keeps our hearts soft, our faith strong, and our minds focused on the blessings that are on the way. So, let us choose gratitude not just in the good times, but in every season. Gratitude keeps us grounded, reminds us of God's love, and prepares us to embrace the blessings that are coming. When we are thankful, we align ourselves with God's will, trusting that He is working everything out for our good. The horizon is a powerful symbol of new beginnings, fresh opportunities, and the promise of something greater on the way. When we look toward the horizon, we're reminded that even though the present moment may feel uncertain or difficult, a new season is always on the horizon, one that is filled with the blessings God has promised. The blessing we've been waiting for is not far off. It is drawing near, and God is preparing us for it. Sometimes it's easy to forget that the blessing is just ahead, especially when the road feels long or the struggles seem overwhelming. But God's word assures us that He has not forgotten us, and that the blessing we've been praying for is closer than we think. As we look toward the horizon, we need to remember that God's blessings don't just come in the form of material gifts or answers to our prayer. They come in many shapes and sizes. They may be the peace that fills our hearts, the strength to overcome a challenge, or the wisdom to make the right decision. The blessing on the horizon is a reminder that God is always working, even in the moments when we can't see the full picture. He is orchestrating things in our favor, aligning circumstances and preparing our hearts for what's to come. The blessing on the horizon also means that God's timing is at work, and what He has prepared for us is worth the wait. Just like the sun rises on the horizon every day, God's promises will come to fruition in their perfect time. His timing is not like ours. And though we may feel like we've been waiting for a long time, we can trust that the blessings He has in store will be worth every moment of waiting. The horizon represents hope, renewal, and the excitement of what is yet to come. So as we continue to move forward, let's keep our eyes on the horizon, knowing that the blessings God has promised are drawing nearer with each passing day. We don't have to have all the answers, we don't have to see everything clearly, but we can walk forward in faith, trusting that God is with us and that the best is yet to come. The blessing is near, and God says, keep going, your breakthrough is just over the horizon. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with this powerful reminder. The blessing on the horizon is not a distant dream, but a very real promise from God. Even when life feels uncertain, when doubts arise, or when we're in the midst of waiting, we must remember that God's promises are true, and His timing is perfect. We are called to trust, to have faith, to remain grateful, and to keep our eyes on the horizon, knowing that the blessings we've been waiting for are drawing near. Through faith, we push past our doubts. Through gratitude, we shift our focus, and through patience, we wait in anticipation. God is working behind the scenes, and even though we may not always see it, He is preparing something beautiful for each of us. So, no matter where you are today, whether in a season of struggle or a moment of waiting, know that your blessing is coming. The horizon is not just a distant line in the distance, it's where your breakthrough is waiting, and it's closer than you think. Keep moving forward with hope and expectation, for God has great things ahead for you. Trust in His plan, and never forget that His blessings are just on the horizon.